So you know how I just made that T-Ara video about Hwayoung, and I said watch out for a video tomorrow because there's probably going to be a lot more news updates about this. On my computer, I have 25 tabs up strictly about T-Ara that have come out in the last 23 hours. So basically it's like an article or more per hour. That's nuts. And to be honest, being a K-pop fan, I kind of expected this because it seems like every year one really well-known K-pop group has a dispute with their company or a member, something like that. Like last year it was Kara and DSP, the year before it was J Park and JYP and 2PM. The year after that, which is still ongoing, is TVXQ and JYJ and SM Entertainment. So this year it's T-Ara. If you're not a fan of T-Ara, like, I genuinely feel bad for the girl as a person, and I'm not really a fan of T-Ara anyway, but if you're really just not a fan of T-Ara from the start, you are going to find the most entertaining stuff in this video of what this guy has had to say. Hold on to your hats, kids, because there's a lot of stuff that's happened. Like, a lot, starting from literally, like, 10 minutes after the initial announcement was made. So here we go. It's gonna be a full video, so hang in there. So, right after Kwang Soo made the announcement that Hwayoung would be taken out of T-Ara, her twin sister, Hwayoung, who is in 5 Dolls, tweeted simply this. Just that. I don't know. That seems to speak volumes to me. And then the sister herself, Hwayoung, struck back on Twitter, saying facts without any truth. Basically, the reason that Core Contents Media is saying that they're terminating Hwayoung's contract is because, not because of the bullying things that just surfaced 4 days ago, no, but because all of a sudden 19 staff members decided that Hwayoung is a diva and is too hard to work with and has been causing her stress. One person, by the way, is causing 19 people stress. I don't know how that happens. And so that's the reason why she's leaving, which I do not believe for a second. Basically blaming the fact that she is leaving on the complaints of the staff, and then is denying that it had anything to do with the T-Ara members and the bullying, which is weird because initially Core Contents Media said that all of the girls' Twitter accounts were hacked at the same time, which, you know, is impossible, but then he's turning it around saying that it's not because of the bullying, it's because of the staff members, totally making his previous press release of, oh, the accounts got hacked, invalid. He's basically admitting that he was lying about, you know, their Twitters being hacked and the comments are real. So, like, a lot of people obviously were very confused, so he sent out another press release that was supposed to clarify stuff for people, but only made things worse because he was just talking about the group's history, about how the members never really got along at first, but they learned to get along. Then they were he was trying to redefine the word determination, because determination was the whole big thing in the T-Ara Twitter bullying jabs. And so he was basically saying, well, they didn't mean determination this way, they meant determination this way. Dude, what the hell are you talking about? Like, did he really just try to redefine what determination meant? And that's not a rhetorical question, I'm so confused. He's speaking in tongues. I don't understand. So he then goes on to give an injury history of Yoonjung and Jiyeon, which doesn't matter at all because, according to him, Hwayoung's injury that kept her off stage has nothing to do with why she got kicked out of T-Ara. So what was the point? Like, why? If it had nothing to do with T-Ara members bullying Hwayoung, why bring up the reasons why, supposedly, the T-Ara members were bullying Hwayoung? Like, why? If it didn't happen. Then he just goes on to say how the staff work so hard and they're so great, but T-Ara and the staff have fucked everything up horribly for everybody else. It just, like, neon signs of guilty over T-Ara members and Kwang Soo's head. And in the end, like, I'm not even gonna read off what he wrote, because basically he clarified absolutely nothing. He went on through their hardships, tried to, you know, get people to side with the rest of the members of T-Ara, and yes, we don't know both sides, but it's all of these members versus Hwayoung, as it's seen on Twitter, unprofessionally. And then recently there have been a lot of people who have been saying, oh, I've seen Ji Young do this to Hwayoung, and I've seen Hyomin do this and stuff. Those are not helping Kim Kwang Soo's method in trying to get the public to go against Hwayoung at all. So while it seems like I'm taking Hwayoung's side, I mean, how could you really not in these circumstances? So then, I guess he kind of understood that people weren't really buying anything he was saying, so he gave an interview soon afterwards and said that he can't reveal everything about the controversy. It's the least amount of courtesy for the departing member. Please think carefully about who will be hurt if the truth is revealed. To the person who's interviewing him. Really, you need to tell the person who's interviewing you to be careful what they ask. How about you be careful what you say? How about you actually tell the goddamn truth? The reporter asked, there were reports of bullying. Are there fights between the members? Is that a big reason in the departure? He goes, no, the relationship between the members are not a big problem. But he's not admitting that they all get along or that there's no problem at all. And he's saying that the bigger problem is the hardships faced by the staff, which might be true, but here's an idea that you might want to also give to, oh gee, I don't know, the only group in your company giving you success, give them a break. But the reporter also asked Kim Kwang Soo, if you go into a little more detail of the problems from this controversy. He said, there are so many issues, but I really do not want to shed light on any of them. Why not? I don't know. So I am keeping quiet. No, you're not really, dude. There were many examples of yelling at the members and breaking down the teamwork. How would the T-Ara members feel who have trained for over 3 years? I hope this issue is not inflated any further. Hwayoung, I hope you stay quiet. Dude just freaking publicly threatened Hwayoung, basically saying, keep your mouth shut if you know it's good for you. Hello? Apparently she isn't a member of T-Ara and a part of your company anymore. She doesn't have to keep a damn thing silent as far as I'm concerned. I want to know what happened. And this is basically turning into like the UKISS thing, and I hate to bring it up because I love UKISS now, but the previous members were saying that anything that NH Media was saying about like them wanting to pursue acting or stuff like that and that they voluntarily chose to leave was a bunch of BS. And with company, like big K-pop companies or even small K-pop companies, I'm more inclined to believe the people leaving than the companies themselves. But at the very least, like I said, if you're not a T-Ara fan, you have to give this guy credit. He is like the master of spewing drama everywhere. More than the members themselves. He lights the fire, even when the fire is still going. And I don't mean to put this all on Kim Kwang Soo, because obviously the members of T-Ara, whether it be Hwayoung or the rest of the members, are to blame as well. But the point I'm trying to make here is that the entire environment that Core Contents Media and Kim Kwang Soo created through his managing style with T-Ara was the catalyst of this entire clusterfuck. Absolutely. And if anything, I would want all the members to be free. Like, fire them all. No offense to T-Ara fans, but like, it seems that they really could be better off without this screwy, twisted, stupid CEO. Like, they could do better at different companies. With all of these weird, confusing statements of, I'm going to talk about it, I'm not going to talk about it, Hwayoung did this, Hwayoung did that, blah 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 blah, he's screwing over his only successful group aside from Davichi, but, you know, idol successful group. Good job. And when you really think about it, though, it's more than him going back and forth and saying things and not saying things and threatening Hwayoung. He's just not making any sense. There's absolutely no chance. And even from a person who doesn't listen to T-Ara very much, I know how good of a rapper Hwayoung is. There's absolutely no way that he would keep a bunch of staff members over a talent. Like, there's no way. That's basically like the equivalent of kicking out like a sports captain superstar just because his trainer sucks. And so, no matter what way you want to twist it, I absolutely wholeheartedly believe that T-Ara is now screwed. And come to part 2 because I will exactly explain how they are screwed. I'm really sorry, T-Ara fans. They were actually really starting to do really well, and now they basically just got shot in the foot, or, you know, held their foots out to be shot by their CEO. Congrats, Kim Kwang Soo. See you in part 2.